are the universe, so beautiful. Through all of the hurt we'll stand, invincible, so beautiful. We'll take on the world. We'll take on the world.
What's up, hysterical people? Happy holidays! Are you in the holiday spirit yet? I'm trying, but it's really hard to get my festive on. I'm finding it especially difficult this year. Gee, I wonder why. I'm just thankful that I survived Thanksgiving so far. Yeah, this year it's definitely different, at least for me. Just walking around, I feel a little bit like Chicken Little, you know? The ominous feeling that's in the air just doesn't feel so festive right now in this moment. I think it has to do with the election. Oh man. Oh woman. Oh women. I mean, like, bitches, let's get real. This is fucked. We're not going back, but where are we going? Right? I've spent the last several weeks since the election trying to figure out whether I should double down on the self-employed feminist filmmaker, content producer, fighting for women's reproductive rights and other anti-patriarchy things, and certainly fighting for our democracy, apparently, over the last 2 years. But now it feels like America's spoken, so I don't know, like I should just get back in line and go back to the whole corporate bullshit job thing. I mean, I'm too old to procreate now, so I guess in order to do my duty as a woman, I should just like find some dude and marry him and freaking cook dinner for him every night and give him blowjobs for the rest of my life. But I don't want to do that. And I feel like I can't do that. I feel like the only thing I can do is double down on the authentic version of me and fight back in these crazy times. It's exhausting. But then that other version of me, who I outright reject and detest, I'll satirize as part of my art. It's the only thing I can do. As a filmmaker, I always have a tendency to frame things in real life in terms of movies with act structure and all of that stuff. And I was convinced that the good guys were going to win and we were going to have a happy ending with the election. But that didn't happen. So I started reevaluating the way the election went down and thinking about it again in screenwriting terms. That this is not the end of our story. Losing the election is not the end of our democracy. It's just the turning point. It's the end of the first act where the world flips upside down and the character has to try to figure a way out in this new world. Those moments in movies where everything changes and flips everything upside down, we're living in that scene right now. So we still have another couple acts to go. And, you know, this is not our first rodeo with this dude. We have watched, we've listened, we can tell what he's gonna do before he fucking does it. We're in the middle of this chaos right now, or we will be come January 20th, of course. Remember before when we were impeaching him and that was gonna save us? Twice? And then there was Jack Smith and he was gonna be the savior after Mueller didn't do shit. Well, none of that worked. The dude is like a cockroach, right? Our constitutional processes and the justice system completely failed us. So then, earlier this year, it was going to be up to the American people to save our democracy at the ballot box. Well, look where that got us. But we can't lose hope. We are smarter this time, and we've learned that our systems are not going to come to rescue us. Not the courts, not the ballot box. There's no knight in shining armor who's going to come. It's up to us. We have to be the heroes of our own story. We have to write our own ending. We have to organize. We have to build, resist together. So, my commitment for the HisTerical Society is to build it out, to create a true society of truth seekers, to support each other, to speak truth to power, not with anger, but with purpose. This will be our overreaction as part of the resistance. We will start with monthly Zoom calls to build our coalition. I mean, I've learned a lot, but I want to learn from all of you where to focus our energy and networking potential in all the different states that are going to need our help. I'm in California. We're a safe haven of sorts, but I know some of you are living in areas that are going to get even worse, probably worse than we could even imagine. And we need to share that knowledge and support each other through this. For example, over the past year, I was issuing a weekly newsletter that was called Persist to Resist. So I collected a lot of really great information about different organizations that will be helping in difficult situations in these trying times. I love to share those resources to help people figure out where to donate or where to volunteer if they have time and energy. And maybe there's more out there that I didn't even know that I can learn from you. So yeah, I would love your input on any other helpful tips and groups to promote in the coming weeks. And I want to hear from folks who live in the different states what's actually happening on the ground, since I think pretty soon it's going to be hard to trust the mainstream media anymore. Knowledge is power, friends, and we need to stick together in these trying times. So, monthly overreaction calls will start, and we'll laugh, we'll cry, and we will support each other and commiserate. We'll meet on Zoom on the third Wednesday of each month at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and we'll even start this month on December 18th. I'll put the sign-up link in the notes for this episode, but feel free to just come to our website anytime and check out the link for the next call. We'll have that available. In addition to the monthly calls, I've also implemented an overreaction forum on the website where anyone can build threads and share ideas with each other on various topics. So I encourage you to jump on in and help us build a knowledgeable community with wonderful resources for anyone who needs to find them as they find us. Start a new topic and share with your friends and get them engaged as well and have them weigh in on important issues to help us grow. We can build this together. That will allow us to keep connected and aware at any time of day or night and not to have to wait for the monthly calls. However, we can summarize some of the important issues and what people are discussing when we do meet on the monthly calls to help keep everyone informed. So both the Overreaction online forum and the monthly Zoom calls are intended to synergize with each other and to really help us build out our community. For the Persist to Resist newsletter, I collected so many wonderful quotes from inspiring women. So I'm going to leave you with a few that will hopefully help you stay motivated through the holidays. And we will surely need inspiration in the fight ahead. First up is Alice Walker. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. Remember that, especially when it feels pretty bleak right now. How about this one? Speak your mind even if your voice shakes. Maggie Kuhn. And a more modern one. The worst thing we can do as women is not support each other. That's by Amal Clooney. So on that note, I'll end this first episode of the Resistance podcast. And remember, we are the HisTerical Society, and our story is just beginning. So stay hysterical, everybody.
We are the universe, so beautiful. Through all of the hurt, we'll stand invincible, so beautiful. We'll take on the world. 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 We'll take on the world.